Is it possible to enjoy a vacation in Atlanta on a budget? In this vlog, I'll share my experience visiting Atlanta and how I saved money on my trip. My name is Nick Starchild and I'm a transgender man of color, and I make videos about traveling, food, and women's sports. Let's jump into today's video. I'm heading to Atlanta for a work conference, and we'll use this as an opportunity to explore and enjoy Atlanta at a significantly reduced cost. I started my trip from Oakland International Airport and caught a Delta flight to Atlanta with one layover. The flight for this trip, round trip, was $716. I was able to expense this through my company. This Lyft ride was also $26, and I was able to expense that as well. Walking through Atlanta Airport. I'm gonna go catch a Lyft to my airport and then go to the event that happens right now. It's happening right now. I caught this Lyft on the way to the hotel. It was $21. I've arrived at the Hilton Hotel, and they have a cool glass elevator that allows you to see everything as you go up and down. I was on the 12th floor and made my way to my room. I literally just came in this room, and here's the bathroom. Let's do a quick tour if I can get things on. Here's the bathroom, very small, but you know, gets the job done. That's what we need. I got a closet here, hang my stuff. Awesome. Got all the things I need, a TV, got a desk, lamp, outside, chair, ottoman, big ass bed. Looks great. Let's look outside. My view is okay. I mean, I got a pretty good view of the sky and skyscrapers and stuff, so looks okay. And now I need to run across the street the other way and go to the diversity thing that I'm doing today. So yeah, I literally just got into this hotel. I need to literally dump this stuff and run across the street to the other hotel that the actual conference is at, because I'm at a different hotel because they didn't have the rooms that I needed for the particular nights. So yeah, I need to run back and actually register and go to the event, because that's what's going on right now. So I'm very busy. I feel a little rushed, but this is it's life. I'm working. So all right, check in later. The Hilton had a couple of restaurants, and one of them even had my name, but I decided to eat at Southern Elements each night. Nikolai's restaurant was a little bit more expensive, and I wouldn't be able to justify expensing that through work. I ended up going to Southern Elements, and I ate a delicious meal of chicken, sweet potatoes, and kale with a mocktail on the side. Cost me $38. So it's the end of the night, and I just had dinner downstairs at the Elements restaurant. Had what did I eat? Some chicken breasts with thyme, sweet potatoes and kale, and a mocktail, because I don't drink. And now I think it's almost 10 o'clock. Let me see. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock now, and I'm gonna get in bed. I'm gonna take a shower and call it a night, because I have an early day tomorrow. It starts at 7:30 a.m. It was an interesting flight. I didn't get a chance to really talk about what happened during that flight, so I guess I'll do that now. So the first flight was from Oakland to LAX. It was an hour and, 15 minutes, something like that. The flight that I was on, the airplane, it was a Skywest plane, and the air conditioning unit was leaking the entire time I was on the flight, which was very annoying to, every couple of seconds to have a drip of water on you. And I asked about it, and the flight attendants couldn't really do anything. They're like, yeah, it's the air conditioning, it just leaks. And I was like, great, so the whole flight, it's gonna leak on me. Awesome. Great experience. And then also, it was shedding ice ice balls, like very tiny little pieces of ice, but still it was coming out of the AC system on top of my head, on top of me, and it was really annoying. I didn't like get soaked or anything, but just imagine like being on a flight for an hour and every couple of seconds water is dripping on you. So imagine how that feels. So that wasn't great, but you know, got to LA, was fine, got on my layover, and went to Atlanta, so it was LAX to Atlanta, and getting on the flight was fine. I got an aisle seat on purpose, and that was by design because I didn't want to sit in a group of 3 because it's a long flight and I don't want the leg room. But I ended up sitting, they had put a bathroom in the middle of the flight, so right in front of the exit row, so every time people went to the bathroom, it's just right in front of my face, right? It, like, literally I could smell the bathroom every time people opened it, and I shit you not, that bathroom was going the entire time. Everyone was going to that bathroom specifically, so that was a pretty uncomfortable experience, and I paid extra to sit in that seat, so also very irritating. So something to think about going forward is like, if I choose an exit row, knowing if there's a bathroom right next to the freaking exit row, that would be nice to know going forward. Very disappointing experience with Delta in terms of that. But then everything else seemed pretty okay, other than, you know, people being dumb and getting out of their seat early out of the when the plane lands, even though they're gonna be standing for 20 minutes until they could actually get off the plane. So funny to me, so weird. Back, I'm gonna have to keep my shirt up, so you can't see where I work. But back in my room after working. Well, I don't know. I was at an event, so went to that event. It was all day, but it was really good. Or all day. It was from 7:30 to 12:30, so like really 8 to 12:30 because we had breakfast. But it was great. It was really informative. A lot of things that I already knew, to be honest. You know, having a bachelor's in sociology with an emphasis in race, sex, and gender, and then having a master's in women's studies with women's gender and sexuality studies is a lot of stuff I already knew. But it's always good to relearn and reprocess and think about different ways of disseminating information. Anywho, it is now like almost 1 o'clock, probably like 12:45, and it's raining outside, unfortunately, but it's not like heavy rain, but it is raining, and I'm contemplating if I should go out or not. I don't have a real jacket. I have like a vest, so I'm gonna get a little wet, and so I'm trying to think, do I want to do that? Do I want to see if like reception has an umbrella that I could borrow or something? Yeah, so I'm gonna see what I can do, because I do kind of want to go out and walk around since I have the time, and then go find some lunch. But if it's raining, it's kind of like, what can I do? So, all right. We'll see. I'm gonna figure this out and report back. Heading outside into the rain. All right, so walking down the street here. I'm gonna go towards Georgia State. Very excited to go see my alma mater, even though it's raining. I borrowed an umbrella from the Hilton. It's actually not raining that hard, it's just sprinkling. And it is 67 degrees right now, okay? 67 degrees and raining. So I don't really need a jacket, and I'm wearing like a vest, and a t-shirt, okay? And I'm gonna go get some lunch, and we'll see what happens when I get to the campus, if I'm gonna go to my old program and see what's up, or if I'm just gonna walk around campus. I don't know. I'll see what happens when I get there. But so far, not that bad. It's just a little rain. I can handle it. And I have so much time to kill. I don't have anything to do until 6 o'clock, so it's not even 1 now. So 5 hours to go. Let's see what happens. I just realized that I'm on the wrong street. It has been 10 years, so it's hard to remember. But yeah, it's actually up the street. I'm like a couple blocks away, so I'm gonna go up the street and maybe get to the building that I was talking about. We'll see. A couple more blocks. This third time I charmed. Went the wrong way twice. Let's see what happens. So that was actually pretty funny. I did come to the correct location that it used to be in, and I went to the right floor, but they moved, which is really funny. The sign's still there though. Still says Women's Studies Institute, but they're in a different building now. I looked it up online. I should have looked it up from the beginning. But yeah, I'm gonna go there and see if it's open and if anyone's there. Fourth time's a charm. So I did go, and they're not in. So they're not in today. It's a Wednesday. They're not working. The professors are not working. So I'm gonna have to try something else. But kind of annoying that I went that whole situation, and I wasn't able to see them, and I walked around. But I mean, I got an exercise in, which is good. I'm gonna go to Centennial Park right now and go check out the Centennial Park, and also I'm also going to check out Coca Cola factory and Georgia's aquarium, although I'm probably not going to go in the aquarium, but I'm going to check it out. So, right, wait. Okay, I just remembered something. When I lived here, the arena was open, the Phillips Arena, but they tore that down, I think, and also the Georgia Dome. The Georgia Dome used to be over here for the football team, for the Georgia State football team. And, or maybe for other things too, I don't know. I don't watch football. They tore it down, so I'm kind of curious what it looks like over there. So this gives me an excuse to kind of like lap around this area. So I'm gonna be walking a lot. I'm getting these steps in. Okay, coming up on it. And now I'm remembering they didn't tear down the Phillips Arena. They just tore down the Georgia Dome. So it's not Phillips Arena now. Now it's State Farm Arena, which, you know, whatever. It's a brand, it's a sponsor. So that's still here, so that's cool. But I'll keep walking and go around and see what they did on the other side. I wonder if there's an Atlantic Hawks game tonight or tomorrow. Not sure. Or they just have it ready for the games at all times. I remember so many memories coming here for Atlanta Dream games. And, you know, coming up, not paying online, coming to the window and asking for the best tickets for this price point, and getting really good seats at the time when it was very cheap to go to games. Oh, okay, I see now. Now there's Mercedes-Benz Stadium. All right, so they tore down the Georgia Dome and built this big ass stadium. Oh my God. I am sweating. It's raining. It's warm. It's 67 degrees. I am literally sweating right now. Wild. Just want to bring attention to my forehead. You see the sweat? There's a lot of sweat, considering that it's raining. But I love this. I love when it rains and it's also warm. I know people don't like that, but I like that. I like warm rain. All right. Getting closer to the building, but I'm not going to go to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium because there's nothing going on right now, and I can see it from here. It's a stadium. They're all the same. We got the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We got new construction over there. We got the Georgia World Congress Center. We got the State Farm Arena, and then the Atlanta skyline. Do a little 360 for you. As you can see, the CNN Center was pretty empty. The only things that were really open were food restaurants, the Atlanta gift shop. The CNN Center was sold by its parent company, AT&T, and at the end of 2023, all employees will be transferred to the new locations. It's uncertain what will become of the new space. Well, leaving the CNN Center, which is kind of timely since it's going to close in a couple months, and I'm about to head out to the Centennial Park. It is raining, so it's not going to be a pleasant walk, but it's only a half mile, to the hotel. No, I don't think anyone's there. I looked at the park when I walked by and it's dead because it's raining, so that's kind of nice. I have the park to myself, so we'll see. As I left the CNN Center, I headed on over to the Centennial Olympic Park. Obviously, it was pretty empty as it was raining, but it was really nice to walk in the rain. But here's the Olympic rings. There's that wheel. The sky view of Atlanta. I head on over to the Coca Cola Museum and the Georgia Aquarium, which is right across the street in Pemberton Park. The Georgia Aquarium costs $48 and the Coca Cola Museum costs $19. Alright, I'm leaving. I checked the ticket prices and they were $19. So for me, that's a no. Yeah, so after checking the ticket prices and seeing that they had gone up, I mean, of course they'd gone up. It's been literally 10 years, and I think it was like $12 or $15 back then, and now it's 19. So it makes sense. It makes sense that it costs that much, but I also don't want to spend that much money for a museum that I've been to 2 times already. And I'm sure nothing has changed, you know, maybe a couple of new memorabilias, but it's mainly just memorabilia. Old stuff to look at of the Coke history. We talk about the history a bit. There's some animations. They do not talk about that they used to have actual cocaine in it because it's a kid-friendly zone, and they don't mention it at all. That's like shockingly missing. And then at the end of it, you can taste Coke from around the world. And there's like, I don't know, like 40 different Coke. No, it's not even that much. Probably like just 20 different Coke flavors that you can try from. Oh my gosh, this camera's on it. You've been looking at me. Okay. 20 different Coke flavors you can try from around the world. I really enjoy the ones from the continent of Africa. They have really good, sweet, fruity flavors that we've never had have here. So their sodas are really good. I would stay away from Beverly. The Beverly is an Italian drink, and it's disgusting. It's bitter. I don't know how it's still a thing. It probably doesn't even exist anymore, but it used to be a thing. And, it's disgusting, and it's kind of funny to see people try it because everyone's reaction is usually disgust. But yeah, it's cool. All right, you can see here across the street, Coke. I'm gonna go back now. I probably won't vlog anymore because the rest of the day will be like work stuff. So, all right, headed back to my hotel. It's about a 10-15 minute walk. I just got back to my hotel room, and I wanted to see how many steps was I doing? So I'm pulling up my phone right now. Today, I did 12,554 steps. So, let me see that. It's probably not coming in, but you can kind of see it. Sort of, yeah. So, that's fantastic. That was a lot of walking. I was probably only walking for like 2 hours, and maybe less than that because I went and had some lunch at Chick-fil-A in the CNN Tower, CNN Center. But yeah, that was cool. I really enjoyed that walk. 3:30. It's 3:30. I have until 5:45 until the event I have to do tonight. This time at dinner, I had chicken tacos and sweet potatoes, plus a mocktail. It wasn't as good as the night before. This meal cost me $30. The last day of the work conference, and I've been able to expense all of my travels and food through work. Now that the conference was over, I made sure to extend my trip an extra day at the Hilton. That cost me $215 out of pocket. I also asked my company to extend the return flight to the following day. That cost the company no extra money and allowed me to spend an extra day in the city and enjoy it without managing a work schedule. As you can see from the video and pictures, my first stop was the Atlanta Botanical Garden. This was a beautiful garden. It sits adjacent to the famed Piedmont Park and also along the Beltline. I skipped Piedmont Park as I used to live here for graduate school and came to the park many times. The garden is also next to the Beltline, and I'll show a little bit more about that later in the video. After the Botanical Gardens, I met up with some friends from my past, and we had a great night of driving around and nostalgia, hitting up little 5 points and ending the night walking around the Beltline. The Beltline is a 22-mile, 35-kilometer open and planned loop of multi-use trail and light rail transit system on a former railway corridor around the core of Atlanta, Georgia. The Atlanta Beltline is designed to reconnect neighborhoods and communities historically divided and marginalized by infrastructure, improve transportation and green space, promote redevelopment, create and preserve affordable housing, and showcase arts and culture. The next day, my friends and I went to the Woodruff Arts Center, which includes the Alliance Theater, Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, and the High Museum of Art. When we arrived, there were many youth-focused art and music events happening. We went to the Alliance Theater's production of The Boy Who Kissed the Sky, about a young Jimi Hendrix. After this, I jumped on the MARTA, the Metropolitan Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority, from the Art Center station, and headed to the airport and home. That MARTA ride cost me $2.50. Back in Oakland. I've returned. I'm waiting for my lift to arrive right now. It was a trip back. There was a layover, but I got back here in one piece. It was fine. Did sit next to someone who was coughing like half of the ride, so I'm glad that I had my mask on. Anyway, happy to be home and ready to go home and see Jay. So, yeah. Later.